back for another one. Still breathing. Let's get the mic check out of the way here real quick. Make sure we're good there. Lots to cover here tonight. Virgin Islands in the house. Much love. Good to see you. South Carolina. Much love to everybody out there checking in. Everybody that joins us. Everyone that shares the stream. Thank you, John Boy, for the feedback. Crystal. Gunther. Beach Girls Pixie. Older Bones. Thank you guys. Steve. Much love. Let's go. Got plenty to cover here. Hopkinson, Wayne the Pain. Good to see everybody out there. Still using Dabu7 at yahoo.com currently for the email if you got anything to get to me. Bahamas checking in. Wish I was down there with you. Never been. Japan in the house, Silver Sailor. Oklahoma. Cats checking in from all over, man. Thank you. Much love. God bless. Yeah, we got plenty popping off here tonight. At me in the chat if you want to get my attention. If you're new to the channel, also make sure to hit the bell notification when you subscribe. If you haven't done that in a long time, you might want to go recheck it because so many people tell me it gets reset. And for anyone that supports the channel, PayPal, buy me a coffee, it's all appreciated to the fullest as well. Much love, Pixie, Lisa, Ava. Gonna get this thing going with an update to a situation that took place yesterday. Apparently, there was reports of an active shooter. There doesn't seem to be any proof of that happening. They don't show anyone that's been arrested. But what was crazy is amid this threat, it made me wonder if it was like fake or some kind of stunt to get these people out of there, because these people didn't want to leave. There was a protest going on. They come out and they're like, active shooter, active shooter. Almost seemed like to try to get them out of there. They didn't bite on it and they stayed.
Let them out! 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 Let them out!
Again, threat of an active shooter taking place in Texas at the Capitol, but they didn't care. They just kept protesting. Yeah, didn't have a lot of details surrounding that one. The Pacific Northwest, the Northern Plains, and the Upper Midwest. So I mentioned Farmer's Almanac here on the last stream. What they were saying, they were kind of putting out there, it's going to be a colder year, this and that. I don't know, the guys in the mountains down here, man, they have different things they go by. They go by nature. Like I was cutting some trees and some wood with one old boy, and he was telling me about how out here, what they usually do is they watch and see where the hornets are putting their nests, and if they're putting them up high, he says that there's usually a bad winter where there's a lot of snow and all that. But when they put them on the ground or in the ground or anything like that, that's usually a mild winter, at least for this region. I thought that was interesting. And we were talking about what he said this year they were on the ground, they were all low and in the ground and everything else. So, but he did mention Farmer's Almanac saying that it was going to be rather snowy in a lot of places. We're just going to have to wait and see, right? The jet stream often dips south during La Nina, and this allows Arctic air to spill into the region. So you're talking more lake effect snow, colder temperatures up there in the upper states. Southern U.S., they're saying it's going to be warmer, drier than normal across the southern tier like California, Southwest, the Gulf Coast, and this can worsen drought conditions, strain water supplies, elevate wildfire risks. And they're pointing out the Southwest and California in particular. The East Coast and the Northeast, winters can be variable. La Nina often favors milder, less snowy winters for the mid Atlantic and southern parts of New England. The northern part of New England, though, still gets good snow from the blast of the Arctic air. So just a taste of what they're saying there in terms of the La Nina. More or less in my region, it's looking like it's going to be around normal or a little wet. And then, I don't care for a ton of snow. Don't know about you guys. Don't care for a ton of snow, personally. You hate the Hornets out there in Tennessee, Josh? Yeah. Um, they're not fun to deal with wherever you're at. Had to get a refresh there. My page just like froze. It was froze there for a second. Deanne, much love. E-Fits, everybody. Yeah, just got a quick refresh. Fix the chat there. We have Hurricane Aaron doing its thing here, bearing down on North Carolina pretty much. The Outer Banks getting hit the hardest. We've seen mandatory evacuations issued for Cape Hatteras, that whole region of North Carolina. They're expecting strong storm surge, which we've already seen, and also anywhere between 20 and 30-foot waves can come crashing down in this area. They said that on Monday there were 85 rip current rescues at the beach near Wilmington. So a lot of these places have been shut down because of the turbulent waters. People that stayed behind to ride out some of this, man, they're on their own. I seen just a clip off the wall earlier, and it was of North Carolina, and all these houses that were there on the waterfront, like it was coming in all the way into like the main parts of the road, like dozens and dozens and dozens of houses just already getting hit by the water. So Outer Banks, all right, it says Aaron to send 10 to 20-foot waves, coastal flooding. So 20, whether it was 10 to 20, 20, 30, 20 is what they're really eyeballing here. 20-foot waves is no joke. When the water's already spilling over, I mean, you're seeing images here of Puerto Rico. That's what it did in Puerto Rico. Flooded everything out really bad. North Carolina is going to be no exception. A lot of people you can see got out of there. They were told to get out of there by Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. I will say in this area up by Kill Devil Hills, in this really nice area. I mean, I think it's unique. The waterfront and the beachfront up here. I don't per se like the Atlantic side. I think the Gulf Coast is better, just personally. Ocean, better water, all that. I don't know, but off the coast, it's always been really cold and kind of turbulent off the coast of Carolina every time I've been up there. But the dunes are huge if you've never seen them. They've got to be 50 foot tall or higher. You can see them in the background back here. The people that are evacuating, you can see them. There's the dunes back here. When I first saw them, I mean, this huge mountains right there before you get to the ocean. It was crazy. And seeing people, there's some dunes you can get on. There's some dunes you cannot get on. There's like laws and rules up there. Like the majority of them, they don't want people climbing on them or anything like that. But those were getting washed out already. Again, the footage I seen earlier was showing some craziness. I'm gonna run some video. I think we got some right here. Um,
North Carolina coast will see the worst of Hurricane Aaron tonight and into tomorrow. And for the latest, we're now joined by AccuWeather's Allie Reed in Buxton, North Carolina. Allie, how are things looking out there? What's the nature of the flooding?
Well, guys, we're already starting to see those tropical storm-like conditions that we've been talking about that really picked up a number of hours ago here in Buxton, North Carolina. I want to point your attention to the Atlantic Ocean. There are seeing an upwards of 10-foot waves. This, my friends, is a scary looking ocean. There is no doubt about it. The couple of things to note here is that we are seeing that rough surf. We're seeing those rip currents. And the thing that is really interesting to note is going to be the homes that are along the shoreline here. Take a look at a number of these properties that sit right up along the ocean here. So these are going to be problem spots over the next couple of hours. We are in one of these mandatory evacuation zones. Police telling families, get out while you can. It's not safe to be here in these particular locations. That's going to include places like Hatteras Island, Rodanthe, Buxton, like we're in currently. And again, you just see how significant these waves are as they come up. They're crashing onto homes here. And in the distance, you'll notice some of that flooding. Again, we're talking about that storm surge. Our photographer, Andy, was even here yesterday to get some video for us, some drone video, to really give you that perspective of what it is looking like on a number of these alleyways here. Already flooding that we were seeing. The other thing that we are keeping mind to is the fact that high tide is going to hit in about 2 hours. So what you're seeing now is not even what we're going to potentially see the worst of it. Okay, so a lot of this, the high tide, some of these currents are really going to continue to come in and wreak havoc in neighborhoods like here. To a surfer, a guy who's been surfing for a very long time.
okay, so you can see the bulldozer. They're trying to push these dunes up, and you can just see the water coming in. Anyone that's got a home, I mean, that thing's just like gone. That's like scary to have them that close. Personally, to have a home that close, I don't know why anyone would do it. I mean, the insurance has got to be through the roof, and like it just seems to me like you're gonna lose it. If you lose it and it's full of valuables, I mean, what's the sense of having it anyway? I mean, in certain situations, especially like this, man, I just think sometimes it's just too close. A lot of these homes on stilts, rightfully so, but that doesn't save them. I've seen these hurricanes because I've chased hurricanes. Got a couple, crazy as that sound. Went down, got behind them, followed them up the coastline, followed them up in Florida, all that. And I seen the coastline just get completely eroded away and houses just get swallowed by the ocean. It starts just like this. They may get away with it here because, I mean, I don't know how bad high tide was. Some of the places going to get damaged without a doubt. The water already going back into the neighborhoods. But yeah, I mean, it's just something you're going to deal with when you're out there on the edge of the ocean and you've got a storm coming in or anything like that. Just imagine if a coastal tsunami came in on the Atlantic side. Really, the western side of the United States, I mean, you've got a lot of higher elevation when it comes to some of the coast on the west coast. On the east coast, it's a lot more low-lying, almost all of it. Yeah. So it just, these houses sit right down there at water level. Like Casey used to go fishing off of like Big Sur out in California. He'd drive down to the ocean. He'd go fishing. He'd be way up on this bank, like 50 yards higher than the ocean, like way up there. You don't have that on the East Coast. In Florida, it's just tremendously flat. Get into Georgia. Yeah, to me, Georgia's like a swamp. A lot of good part of it down there by the ocean. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been through there a ton, and It smells like a swamp, I'll tell you that. The least favorite place to drive through is that area, North Florida into Georgia. Some spots are beautiful, but man, the freaking place stinks because of the swamps. There's no other way around it. All right, I got some updates here. If you know anyone that's got an insulin pump, there's an alert now for malfunctioning insulin pumps after multiple injuries. We've got this Tandem Diabetes Care agreeing to voluntarily recall insulin pumps that have been used to manage blood sugar for all the way up to now. These pumps are wearable devices that deliver insulin at predetermined doses at specific times. Such devices can feature alarm functions to alert the user about various situations, such as issues with insulin delivery. The recalled product, the T-Slim X2 insulin pump, is being withdrawn to address a potential speaker-related issue that can trigger an error, resulting in a discontinuation of insulin delivery. So basically, it will malfunction and it will stop working the right way and giving you the insulin that you need, which is not good. So there's a recall. If you know anyone that's on an insulin pump or anything like that, might want to look into it. Now, we've got the FDA warning the entire public to avoid eating shrimp because it could potentially be contaminated with radioactive material. The products have been sold at Walmart in 13 states. This affects a lot of people. For anyone out there eating shrimp, it's something I took out of. I don't touch anything like this. Any bottom feeders, anything like that, anything that wallers in its own crap like a pig or anything like that. I don't eat anything like that. So anyone out there that does, you just a heads up, they're saying that toxic levels of radioactive cesium-137, what leaked out of Fukushima for years into the ocean, that cesium-137 man-made radioactive isotope, which they do not connect to Fukushima at all here, but it's there's only one place that, like, Godzilla is going to come popping up out of the ocean anytime, and that's going to be over there, right next to Fukushima, because so much radioactive waste still to this very moment is being released into the ocean. And that was in 2011. 2011. Like, they said that U.S. Customs CBP first raised alarms after detecting the cesium in shipping containers at 4 U.S. ports in the United States. So, just saying, man, like, a great value frozen raw shrimp. If that rings a bell, great value frozen raw shrimp. It just sounds like something that they would have radioactive shrimp in, huh? You can see the log codes on the screen. If that rings a bell, you might want to look into it. If you've been eating shrimp lately, I don't know. Great value frozen raw shrimp just doesn't sound like it's gonna. It sounds like it would end up leading to something like this, unfortunately. So this was distributed at Walmart locations in 13 states: Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia. Again, if your state was mentioned and you've been eating some of this cheap raw shrimp, whatever, it could be radioactive. Straight up. No other way around it. It's when did people think that this was or was not going to show up? I'm going to say this has been going on for quite a long time. Um, just the fact that it's showing up widespread all of a sudden rings bells. And hey, better to get these alerts than not. We're not getting shown any test results, any exact levels. So some of the stuff could be through the roof. Matter of fact, it wouldn't hurt if somebody out there got their hands on some of this and went and tested it themselves. And if you do that, please let me know, because we'll air it out here on the show and let folks know, let the world know, like, this is the actual reading. It needs to be done, I feel. If anybody is up for the challenge. All right, an update here. Much love to the Tacos family. Sending this one my way. Google settles YouTube's children's privacy lawsuit here. What this means is that they will have to pay at least $30 million to settle a lawsuit that is claiming that they violated privacy of children using YouTube to collect personal information without not only their consent, but parental consent, and then using it to send targeted ads and stuff like that. So they're having to cough up some money here. This isn't the first time. Back in 2019, they paid $170 million in fines because they were told they had to change some of their practices. Alphabet, all in all, that owns the company, was told that. So forking up the money there for doing the same thing that Facebook did years ago. They stole all of our data, got caught doing it. They just recently got caught again doing something. Yeah, and the government fined them like $6 billion, like Facebook, because the American people would have sat there and did nothing. They had a chance to get some big money out of that. It'd been a huge lawsuit, but nope. They missed on it because they sit there and they do nothing. And the government's like, oh, well, we're going to get our piece. And they got $6 billion out of Zuck. I mean, I'm telling you, America just got double Dutch screwed there on that one. Like, yeah, but like Americans don't do nothing. They don't protest. They don't rally. They don't do nothing. Anywhere, anyhow. Anyone that's a part of Mac is afraid to say anything to the Gentile Messiah because they're afraid that the gang they're a part of is going to chastise them or something. It's ridiculous. We're in a bad trap, bad position in this country. Economically, it's all coming down. And I told you, I've hinted at this before. Trump said out loud that he's here to reset this thing. He just said it. When he talks without the teleprompter around, things come out of his mouth that, like, maybe he shouldn't have said in front of the camera. But they all do it, right? Sister in Christ, much love. He said that his job is to usher in a reset. The World Economic Forum blasted it out there. The Great Reset. It's not happened yet. But it's about to. It happens on Trump's watch regardless. Man, I don't know if I'm going to live throughout this whole thing, man. I keep getting these crazy visions and premonitions, man, like, of what's about to go down. Much love, Pierre. Hit me up tonight. Thanks for checking in. I hope everybody's got their house in order. I hope everybody's got everything in order because, look, man, I sat out here and I out and warned for the longest time, but like there's a series of events that are about to happen. It's going to rock everything. And some of them ain't going to seem that bad, I don't think, that, especially if they hold the money hostage. They just want everyone to convert to the blockchain, and they got the remedy. They're going to cough it up almost instantly. Just download this brand new wallet, digital wallet, and like the equivalent of your money will be in there. And every store will have to accept it. That's Very easy to do, very easy to see the game, and everyone will do it instantly. When no one can get their money, when no one can get their money here one day out of the bank because they're froze, they're hacked, whatever, just glitched, whatever, just can't get it out. Maybe they don't even tell you why. You just can't get it out. And like a couple of days go by and like everyone's tripping. They will drop the solution and everyone will flock to it quick and easy. And that right there is going to be crazy because all these people that said no CBDC and said all this crap, they're going to go flocking right to it because the rent's going to be due, bill's going to be due, you need gas to get to work, food, everything that everyone needs will be brought to a standstill. And like, just brought to a standstill. It's going to be very simple. It's very easy and clear to see what is about to happen. And it's going to be scarily, I hate to say it, but it almost seems like it's going to be a smooth transition onto this new system. Which is the same system, but it's a reset of things into the digital version. And there's going to be some other things tied into it as well here that go along with this. Like, we've yet to be shown if there's any gold in Fort Knox. And that's big. Don't you think? Marsha. Thank you for the coffees. Appreciate it more than you know. Much love. God bless. To the fullest. Let's jump to the housing market. Let's just show the cracks happening there. The top siding company suffers the worst stock collapse in 50 years. It's not just them. It's like all over the place. Like, it was bound to catch up to all these different places when everything's falling apart. So now, yeah, you're talking about the world's largest producer of fiber cement products saying that it's going down. Like, when some of these guys do this, when the collapse begins like this, they can't recover. They don't recover. We've seen them get wiped out left and right, man. So it's another sign things aren't good. Let's look at Spain. Even though this ain't Spain, got any cats in Spain listening, much love, but over 40% of Spaniards worried about their financial future. Well, we're not far off. They mention Spain here at the top because they're at the top of the list, but I'm not sure what CE is there. Japan, Mexico, Brazil, the United States. I mean, we're at 37. It's not far from 40. We're right there. A lot of people were 37% worried about their financial future. And you can't blame them because if everything it's going on, you say 1776 brewing, maybe to some extent, but I think like we're largely outnumbered and like people are asleep at the wheel. They got to snap out of it. And I feel like it's going to be like too late. They're going to do it when it's too late. They're going to try to do it when it's too late because everyone is sitting there doing nothing. I've watched it for too long. We're not escaping these events on Trump's watch. It's all going to go down. This has all been planned for a long time, just like Blind 11 was and other massive events that were rituals in nature. This too is. The United States as a whole is part of a massive ritual. If you don't know, just read The Secret Destiny of America. 33rd degree Mason Manly P. Hall gives away all the secrets right there. And you can see what this whole thing is. It was built to eventually be brought down. Just like the towers, everything else. It's a ritual, man. They want everything folded into a one world order. So at some point, it doesn't matter any of this stuff. And the thing with the money, the illusion there is you can call it a franc, you can call it a yen, you can call it a dollar, whatever, all around the globe. But if it's all on blockchain, it doesn't matter. Think like the enemy. Think like the top. If you've got everybody just on the blockchain, it's all that ever matter. You can track them. It doesn't matter what you call it. Let them call it whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've got them all at that point. Do you see? It's exactly what they're doing. Um, Look, much love. Somebody sent me an email earlier. I forget who you are, but if you're listening out of St. Louis, thank you. They have an image, a screenshot that someone, a business there, the banks or a business, said that we're like abruptly switching to a cashless system. Sorry for the inconvenience. That was it. What? Just like that. And it like just happened. It's like, like, and that's suspect whenever you see anything like that. But if you guys see anything like that, email me, let me know. This here is just another warning to not let your children fall into the college debt scam out here that will put you, maybe you're in it, you already know, you can already testify to this. This woman thought that she had her computer science degree that would get her a 6-figure job. Instead, she is interviewing at Chipotle. I told you my experience, and I've heard similar since. Oddly enough, one of my last day that I was at college was when my teacher told us the truth. She was there for like 8 years and was in debt more than you could ever imagine. And she was like, I'm sitting here working. She just came out like broke down and like told the whole class, like, you don't want to end up like me. And like, dude, it hit the heart to see her break down and start crying and all this stuff, saying that she went 8 years here, got all these degrees, and she's stuck in this low paying job teaching. It's just not that she doesn't care, but like she can't make ends meet, all this stuff. And it was like, wow. People that got up and like went up and hugged her and shook her hand, they got up and left. They're like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it. And like, I'm gonna never forget this day in all my life. It was so profound. And I hung in there to the very end of the class. I was one of the last people to leave and thanked her. And I'll never forget it. I mean, she touched so many people. People were crying. People were that touched by it, and it was profound. You need that truth. You need someone. She saved a bunch of people that day from becoming debt slaves and going down a path that would have led to where she was at. And I'm so glad that I didn't, and other people around me. I know other friends and family that are still paying. They're in this exact trap. That's why I speak on it, man. I don't want to see people get caught in it, especially the youth. Like, and take some time. Don't go running right out of high school into college because people are forcing you to and all this other crap when you really don't have life figured out yet. Spend some time in the real world for a minute. Okay? Like, yeah. Like, that's what I say. And it's a big trap. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing my people suffer. Wake up, America. Thank you for the coffees. Much love. Says, much love to Abu and crew. And John Boy, thank you for the coffees. Says, God bless you, D7. So proud. I ran across you for all these years now. Everyone needs to get close to God ASAP. You got that right. Yeah. You might want to get your house in order and start really thinking about what happens. Like, we're tribulation type moments are really about to pop off. For other people around the globe, it's already begun. Genocide's happening. Christians are persecuted and killed in these other places. You live in this experiment called the United States of America, and there is an advantage to that, to where you're not persecuted like that. But I mean, we've got our own issues to deal with. But like, dudes running around with guns ready to blow your head off any time. It's a nightmare, like, of the worst. We don't have to deal with that here yet. Although I feel it's about to happen, and people aren't even ready, man. Like, we should have patriots. I don't care if you're down for America or not. Like, what's the excuse? Like, we should have patriots getting ready for like some kind of event. Like, everybody's completely buffaloed and blinded. It makes no sense. Like, you just let your guard down that much? Like, everybody? Really? This is pathetic. We have no one to make a stand anywhere for nothing. And if cartels start delivering blowback and we start having car bombings and all this stuff in this country, and people's getting their head chopped off in the street, and I'm talking crazy stuff. All right, who's going to rise to the occasion? Like, people need to snap out of it, man. Like, maybe it's going to take that. Maybe it's going to take some crazy stuff. It's already happened. It's already happened on the border. People just didn't care. There's already been Americans killed by people on our border in attacks. I've done reporting on it. People don't care. It's pathetic. Just wait till it crosses that border and they're blowing up cyber trucks in your neck of the woods, and it's affecting you finally. You, your family, your friends. Yeah. That'll get the attention. All right, but let's look at California real quick. Man, I've always loved California. Just the beauty of it. That's dropping politics off at the wayside. Like the moment you put the politics back into the picture, I can't even step foot in there, and I never have because of it. And until that issue gets fixed, like right here with this story, what does this say? What does this say? I've done told you, Joe Rogan, Elon, all these big companies have fled California. This isn't about politics. It's about reality. The Bed Bath & Beyond CEO announces their company is closing all retail stores in California. Every one of them. And they're leaving because they say that this isn't about politics, it's about reality. The California's system makes it nearly impossible for businesses to succeed, and I won't put our company, our employees, or our customers in that position. They will continue to ship to customers that are there, but they're cutting out the overregulated, expensive, and risky environments for business in the state. So, I mean, and you know how this goes. When it comes down to war, we've seen California and Newsom not wanting to ship certain stuff to Texas in the past when they were getting into it. Like, civil war. This is civil war. When you tear the states in two, if they couldn't get it any other way, it's happening this way. You see? The whole state's like a conclave. Doesn't mean that all the people there. I mean, there's a lot of good people in California. I know it. Some of you are listening. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's no different than the big government, the federal government. It's all tyrannical. Like, California it's amplified because it is a juggernaut. Okay, it is an economic powerhouse, and it sucks that the leadership there is just gone south, and everybody there knows it. Everybody knows this, and the power that Newsom and the family has had for a long time. If you don't know about that, just go do some research, some homework on that, and you'll be shocked about the Newsom control over California for generations. And then you'll wonder why this guy's being lined up to run for president. You know, I've never looked, but he could very well be connected by bloodline. I've never had a chance. I've never looked. I need to do it. We did it on Kamala, and we found that she had no connection, no official connection to the official bloodline, to what Hillary or the Clintons got, or what Bill's got from like Bill, the Bushes. They're all connected by bloodline, connected back to like Charlemagne. It gets crazy, but it's real deal. This is why when they say that, you know, Hillary and Trump are like related, like in essence they are. When you look at the tree, they are. It's one big club. It's one big family. That's why this thing's a show and a circus. this is nuts. You can already see where this is going. Like Newsom's going to be running on the other side this next time. It's going to be J.D. Vance on the other side, and who even knows? Maybe Elon or Rubio. Who knows? But like that's where all the energy is going, and like I'm so sick of it. You can never escape the politics anymore. Long as Trump's in there, it's like a permanent thing, all day, every day. You know, there used to be a time where like, and it just wasn't like this. I don't know. I'm just at a point where I'm just, when you see something like this for like freaking 20 years, like it's all a lie. It's like a staged perpetual game. Like it's like I'm done with it. Okay, but then you stop and you see that like look, they're tearing this country apart. And exactly what I just said on how people are leaving California. That should be a powerhouse for us. Like we don't have any. Like Texas, you could look at is like the stronghold everyone's trying to run to and make. All right, Texas, and that's cool. Just don't bring all your garbage from wherever you're at into somewhere like Texas, right, or anywhere else, right? Bloodlines of the fallen watchers. You got that right, Lone. That's it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And that's why they're in their position. Yeah, all the world is a stage. Just checking out some of the comments there. So I'm just, I see these things. It's just crazy. Like so many businesses and people are leaving California. It kind of speaks for itself. Like so many have left. They've lost the count that you get, like in Congress, like when they go to vote, like you get so many electoral votes or whatever it is, like that's based off of population and all this other stuff. Like they've lost, and many other places have gained because of it. So many people have left. But this right here, Trump's reset. Look, man. I tell you these things, and when it comes out of my mouth, some people are like, "Oh, it's a conspiracy or something." Like, no, this isn't a conspiracy. Like, this is the real deal. Like, the man's on camera saying he's going to reset this place. Look at the title. Trump's reset moves in the high gear. Look, man. If people ain't seeing this right in front of their eyes, it's at least getting put into the subliminal. Okay? Whether they're paying attention or asleep at the wheel or whatever it is, zombied out or whatever, it's at least it's out there. It's being, and they got to do this. It's part of the game, part of the magic. It's part of the rules that many people have no clue about. But that's all that the main part of this whole thing here is. It's just that, like, none of the reading in it or anything like. It's just the telegraph a reset. Okay, and that's exactly what is about to happen. Okay, I told you, I've told you, I've told you, I've told you. It's gonna happen here at some point. Back before Trump got elected, this division that was bestowed upon me. As soon as we found out that Kamala wasn't connected to any bloodline, ruled that out. It's like the vision hit me like Trump's it. He's in. He will take it. And I made the call before the election even happened. And that he was going to win and a huge event was going to happen on his watch. That's what I was shown. Economic type event. It still hasn't happened. The architects of Trump's reset. It's already underway, as it says right there. It is. We're just gonna wake up here one day, any moment here, and like everything's gonna be held hostage, and so many people are gonna fall for it. You get to sit back and watch all these people fall for it. We could tell them, no, don't do it. It's a trap. They're gonna look at you like I gotta pay all my bills. I gotta do this and that. Like they're gonna be like, screw you. That's what you're gonna get for warning them that they're going into a trap. You understand? I get it all the time. People that don't want to wake up, that are fighting it. Well, you're going to find out, you can either accept it or you're going to find out the hard way. I try to tell people all the time, I don't have a ton of money in the bank at all, just enough to pay bills, whatever. Definitely don't have any savings in there. I wouldn't have any 401k, personally, because that's where they're going to steal everyone's money. Back August 15th, 1971, that's when the beginning of all this destruction began in terms of our country, or the corporation called the United States of America. When they took away the gold standard and then made these false promises and all this stuff, it started the downhill process. Now fast forward to now, like, the dollar's so worthless that they had to just push the Stable Act. And the whole idea of the Stable Act was to peg the US dollar versus, instead of any other currency, make sure that it's the US dollar, it's pegged to all these stable coins out there. But in reality, any currency can be pegged to them. But they're trying to say that if you're going to do any business, almost just like they've done this whole time at the barrel of a gun, all these years that I've been alive, the U.S. military went to like every country and said, you're not messing with the central bank. You're not messing with the Rothschild central bank. We'll come and kill you. Gaddafi was the last one to try to do it out of Libya, make their own currency and all, and they went and they killed it. Okay, so when you try to get in the way of their currency plans like that, that's what they'll do. They'll stomp you out. Thank you at 1911. So again, this takes me back to the question, like, what happened to the live stream of Fort Knox? Like, what happened to Fort Knox, period? Like, this back burner, that whole story. And like, they did say they were going to get an audit ran on it, but like, how long is your audit going to take? Like, get it, like, excuses. While we've seen imports of gold spike, which some guys out there said, are they stuffing? They buying time, and are they filling the vaults with gold that wasn't there? I don't know why they would do that, to be honest, because this is almost a gimme, right? Just how lax the people are. Again, they don't protest over nothing. I really do feel that this administration could come out and they could say, under the black magic here, they come out to their whole MAGA audience, say, look, all the gold's gone. And we really can't persecute anybody that did it because they did it a long time ago. Apparently, it's been empty for a long time and nobody ran a damn audit. Till now. And you see, they'll act like the heroes, the good guys that just figured all this out. So you can't go chastising them. You can't go with pitchforks at them, at the government, at the current government, which is the same government. It's all an illusion. Okay? They're going to say all these guys that did it before were bad guys and they're all dead and gone. Okay? The gold's not there. And like, dude, that will crush us. That will crush this place. But it would give them a reason to also take gold from everybody if they wanted to play that card. And that's getting pretty drastic, man. Like, that's like total economic failure, like Great Depression level. Like, they're coming for all of our gold. We've been hit economically, and it's to save the country. That's what they're going to say. It's to save the country. Do your part. It's a possibility. It's on the table. I'd stay stacking gold and silver, though. But in a time of crisis, I will say this. It's all about what the people around you want to trade for. Honestly, that's all that really matters. If you've got some neighbors that grow some things, they always have a little extra, and you want to be able to trade something to them, it's going to have to be something that they need. Okay. And in a time of crisis, months without food or anything, people may pass on gold and silver in in those situations. They may. Some won't, but some may. Things to think about. Heirloom seeds will be worth their weight in gold. More, if you ask me. I was just going through some stuff and came across a emergency package that I had of some seeds, heirloom seeds, man. Had me thinking, like, okay, blue helmet soon. Candy says, well, I tell you ever seen The Patriot? uh, that's what it'll be like around here. Like, we'll be aim small, shoot small, whatever. Melting down whatever for bullets. You know, blue helmets with the targets, the infiltrators. Ammo is cash, and well, it depends. It depends. It could be seeds, could be ammo, could be anything, could be. Again, it's what who you're trading with. I think people should put a lot of thought into that. Like, who you're going to be trading with, and for what? What do you have to bring to the table? I'd put some thought into that for sure. AI, obviously, a threat. I keep trying to point this out. What this is going to do to jobs. Um, they said it here again about jobs just getting wiped out. Like, just within the next 2 years, there's going to be such an influx of people that are poor in this country. They're calling it right now that, like, we're going to be in like a massive depression type of situation. Like, and it's not, there's no remedy for it. There's no solution but to go back to the old way. And that's just not going to happen when these brand new warehouses are being built to have robots in them and to be ran by AI. They're weeding the people out, and it's like boiling the frog, literally. The people hear these things, but they're not really taking it serious. It's not going to be till it's too late. I feel large scale. That's when protests, when mobs are in the street like that. Look, they're rounding up the homeless right now. Like, but people don't care because it's not affecting them. Well, just wait till you lose everything and like you're one of them. And then what? You're going to be screaming for help and all this. No one's going to hear you. No one's going to care because you never cared. You never cared. And when you become one of them, your screams are going to fall on deaf ears. Okay? You need to care. Everyone should care, especially when they're out rounding up our fellow Americans. And I'm not talking about the druggies. Yes, the druggies need help. That's a given. Yes, they should be sent to places to get them help. That's a given. I agree. All day, every day. But we're beyond that. We're talking about the people that work 9 to 5, full-time jobs, all this other stuff, and have nowhere to go, that are still homeless, because that's the reality where we're at. And if you don't see that in your neck of the woods, well, then maybe you're a little more privileged than these other people that have it rougher. That's just the facts, Jack, because there's droves of people, full little camps and societies all across this country and in other countries that are growing. And these are homeless people. And I have big questions, like, where are you taking them? I want to see some pictures. Like, don't you? I want to know where you're taking them. I want to have an address. I want to see this is where I want to know. Because, like, if they're just taking people off into the dark, off into the night, are you kidding me? Like, it's almost I don't know, man. There's so much going on. Like, I just hope that you guys have a good plan for yourselves. And that amount to building a life raft, knowing that this Titanic is going down. You better be building your life raft, your vessel. I've said it before. That's what God showed the image to me, kind of as well. Compared it to Noah, and just like the days of Noah, and like, you better get your ark built, and because as soon as it starts to rain, it's on, so to speak, metaphorically. It's exactly how it was shown to me. And like everybody should be taking that step, building their ark, building something away from the madness of society. All mine centers around the next lockdowns, the real lockdowns. When it's real deal, real deal. When it's real deal, you know, not a beta like what we just went through. Check this one out connected to AI, and this is the downfall. I told you they're trying to put up AI data centers everywhere, and they are. Trump even said by law that these new AI data centers have to build their own power plant on site, which is very interesting. That's never been done before. It's never been said before. It's unprecedented to tell a company that. Like, oh yeah, you can build there, but you got to build your own power plant next to it. Like, what? When you dive into it, it's pretty obvious. It's so that they can stay up and running when the grid's down. The hell with the rest of us. I'm telling you, it's obvious. It's obvious. Why else would you tell them to do it? This whole time it's worked. Power plants all across every place across this country is connected into the grid. Everything you could ever think of. But now all of a sudden, you're telling all these new places they have to have their own power plant, especially the AI data centers. See? Because they don't want them going offline. And I'm going to tell you right now that that becomes a target for an enemy. If you want them, if that's the brain, running your whole operation, it becomes a target. If that's the AI brain causing all the hell on this planet, like a dark crystal, cats are going to hunt it to destroy it. But yes, they will. And they will. People are going to be sent on some special ops missions by the Most High to do some things. I wish them well. Steve, thank you. Top of the hour. Fill up the coffees, please. Hit the thumb, share. Much love. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support and love, man, all the time, brother. Some of you guys go above and beyond. I just appreciate it more than you know. Look at this, though. This could come to an area near you. And you've got to watch this because they're talking about putting AI places up everywhere. And look at this. Look at this. They're coming in and seizing the ground. If they think wires, communication cables, and all this stuff need to be ran between this facility and another major facility and your farm's in the middle, guess what? Say bye-bye to your farm. They want eminent domain, whatever they want. Okay? And right now, there is a controversial 70-mile stretch that they're going to run this 500,000 volt transmission line across Maryland in multiple counties. And it's going to power data centers in Northern Virginia. It's what they call spy country. It's basically their spy country lines. It's all government. So people are pissed. They are now, they're calling on U.S. Marshals to escort survey crews because of repeated threats coming from the property owners. Okay? Now look, it's getting nasty. They're supposed to put in 70 miles of this high voltage stuff through Baltimore, Carroll, and Frederick counties to supply power to the AI data centers. I told you. They're doing it to try to ease strain on the regional grid. Again, I just told you, he said by executive order, all these places have to build their own. So there would have to be something built per what he said. These people are getting pissed. They're threatening that they come on the property, they'll get shot. People are releasing dogs on these crews. And check this out. This is even crazier. The local police and sheriffs say it's a civil matter. It's out of their hands. What? Like, this is why marshals are being called upon, because the local police and sheriff, they got to see this as also being intrusion, because they're not wanting to do their dirty work. They're not going in and they're not cracking down on citizens. They're not doing it. They don't believe it. They think that these people's farms and all this stuff, like, they got a right to say, no, you're not doing this. So they send in the marshals, which is like federalized police. Feds. Either way, controlled by the feds. Controlled by the feds. That's what this is all about. And all this is about is the feds getting wires put up crossing all this property that people don't want. And they can't respect it, come up with another plan or anything like that. Or just build their own freaking power plant like Trump told them they had to do. No. But look, AI is tyrannical. It's bad on so many levels, man. Largely because, the evil that controls this planet. Oops, just click that one out. All right, on to the next one. This has to do with East Palestine. The big disaster that took place up there that they tried to cover up like they always do. But leaked emails are showing that the EPA was trying to discredit scientists after this. Problem is too many people came out on foot, just like you and me, with their cameras, with others. They went up, they took samples, they were throwing rocks in the water, they were seeing the oil sheen, the chemical sheen coming up, when they were trying to play it off like it was a safer environment when it wasn't. And then when test results came back, it blew this out the water. This is still an ongoing disaster zone that they never properly cleaned up and will continue to be for a long time, for like the rest of our lives. And very few instances over the years have I reported on some kind of crazy ass dilemma where places downstream on the Ohio River, full-blown cities like Cincinnati, had to close off all their intake off the river because of this. That's how bad it was. I mean, there's pollutants and chemical crap coming through all the time, but like this was that bad. It was so heavy, that bad. Like everybody was like, nope. They shut everything down to let the initial big plume drift by. Anyone that missed that alert got hit by it, and I'm telling you, it wasn't going to be good for them. I don't know, man. The government is so corrupt and tyrannical. It's just a fact. It's like a mafia. They're not good people, all in all. They're not. It's a bunch of yes men and women that just do whatever they're told. It doesn't matter about the morals. They're part of a club where they're strictly taught in the beginning that this is, a play on the people. Like you're basically a real life, you're an actor in real time. And these are our goals, and like it's your job to go out here and implement these things. And that's what they do. Here's one. I told you California obviously has its issues. And some always say the whole left coast, west coast, but I think I try to hold out hope that something can happen out there where, call it conservative, right-leaning, or whatever, just something other than the far left has a voice. Well, look at New York City. They are trying to put in 33-year-old a democratic socialist. Holy fucking shit. Are you kidding me? Is it about to go down? Is it about to go down? Take a helicopter coming over the house. He's low. He was just below us. It's nighttime, dude. What are they doing? Boys, I'm locking them up, dude. All right. I'm stepping aside. I got a helicopter right above us, dude. This is nuts. All right, man. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what, man. Like, look, I don't know what's about to happen, but like, anything happens to me, man. Like, you know who it is. Like, there's freaking helicopter like flying right around us out here in the middle of freaking nowhere right now at night, like circling right around everything. Um, it's go time. You bitches out there listening, like what? What are you gonna do? Is this your time? What are you gonna do? Like, I'm the only thing out here. Like, what are you doing? Like, dude, I'm sick of this, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I ain't done nothing. Ain't done nothing wrong. I'm sitting here just waiting, watching. I mean, they're sitting there circling. Like, what are you gonna land? You gonna land? Like, you know, like this gets annoying. Like, I don't like they're out here around this area like 6 out of 7 days a week, and it just pisses me off. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna keep on pushing, doing what we do. It's always something. It's like, what in the hell? Like, seriously. She said they were over the mountain. They were like they were right here. They were circling around. I don't know, man. This is just sick of them. Just sick of it, dude. Like, hold on a second. Let me do this. Here we go. Check this out. And I'm going to ads exchange real quick. You have to bear with me a second. I'm telling you, if anything happens, communication go down. And if anything happens at this point, like, it's them, it's obvious. Like, who else is in a freaking chopper out here flying around? Be a second. Zooming into my neck of the woods, and there is zero chopper activity, zero on ads or flight radar in my area. Zero. It's the feds. When you can't find them, any call signs or anything that's on here, it's military. It's a covert military or feds, DEA, anything like that. They fly weed choppers around here all the time. This time of year, I guess, because it's the mountains and people be growing out there and stuff. But they're out here 6 out of 7 days a week. Like, it's insane. To be out here at night at this time of night, like, especially right around up here, around flying around us. it's like taunting or something. Like I don't get it. Like you got something to say, you got, like I don't know. It pisses me off. There's nothing. Everyone always says, "Go look at action, go fight radar." Well, there's nothing there, and I've been doing that, and that's what keeps popping up. I can be looking right out at one, and pull it up, and they're not on there. So I'm sick of it. Hey, I appreciate that, Ava. Yeah. Yeah, they're looking for Bigfoot. Um. Just come on, man. I'm like out in the middle of freaking nowhere, and like this is just like it's. I just feel it's targeted. What the hell was that? I don't know. All right, so, all right, I'm gonna try to keep on pushing here. Let me check everything here because since we had a disruption. Jaro, thank you for buying some coffees. Good looking out there. Just may the Heavenly Father send you love, protection. I appreciate that. If I missed anything, I apologize. Anything in the super chat or anything like that, or if I missed anything, period, I apologize. I'm just sick of this. Like, don't know what it's gonna be. Like, what? Like, anyhow, DC police and federal agents take down this illegal here. Won't play this clip. But this guy was charged for being a pedo, and they caught him. I mean, if you're a pedo, you should be getting arrested, period. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, everyday people don't need to be getting messed with. Obviously, we say it all the time. But like, the rapist, the killers, all that, like, yeah, they need to be taken down. This one was crazy. He starts screaming.
Pero si yo no tengo nada, señor. Señor. Yo no, por favor. Yo no debo nada, papi. Yo no debo nada. 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 Yo estoy trabajando. Yo no debo nada.
Look, I appreciate all you guys praying. It means more than you know. The power of prayer is real. And like all you guys keep me in prayers, I appreciate it more than you know. Because again, more than one comes together to pray, it amplifies. And the more it amplifies, well, the more it could be heard. So let's dive into this whole thing of Trump sending in troops. This is a double-edged sword through and through. But in terms of crime, we've always had crime that needs to be cleaned up. I just want to preface it with this. The answer should be your police. That's why you have them. It's why you pay them. If those police can't do the job, there's a major issue. Like, they should be replaced, but not with feds. That's just my biggest warning with the whole thing. That is the trap. Okay? You need your own police rising. Patriots, sheriffs, you need them all. Yes, arresting the druggies and putting them away. No one ever said anything about that. It's the fact that they're not doing it for whatever reason in these areas, and you're allowing the feds to come in and like do your job and basically seize control. Is how I see it. And that is in using your good old boys, your last line of defense, your National Guard to do the job. It's like, no way. Like I told you earlier, the whole thing on homeless, where are they being taken? I'm not talking about the druggies. The druggies deserve to get taken to a treatment place and they need help. to treat what they're dealing with. But come on now, like, what are you going to do with poor people? How are you going to treat them for being poor? You can't. And that's the big thing here. It's being overlooked. I feel it's just a warning they got to put out there. Are there druggies? Is there crime? Yeah. And I got to say this as well. DC is it's a completely different animal than any other city, state, or anything in this country. It's not even a city or state. It's a federal district. And it's 100% controlled by the feds. Okay? Which is different than a state, period. It has governors, has different laws, state, all this stuff. Like, I'm going to play this clip. You can see there's definitely violence in DC and it needs cleaned up, but it's kind of hypocritical right now, I feel, because, dude, we've been screaming this forever. Like, what about, like, Seth Rich? Like, y'all ain't cared about none of this ever. But now y'all, all of a sudden, you do? That's what I'm saying.
Of Washington, D.C., I'm hitting the streets to talk directly to the people who actually live here, the ones who deal with this city's crime and chaos every single day. Do you feel like President Trump's initiative to send in more police could be helpful for D.C. residents that don't live in safe areas?
Yes, I do. And I'm very appreciative of what Trump is doing. And I think everything that he's doing is helping D.C. as well as America.
At this point in my life, I think I'd rather move to another state.
How come?
Well, I've been shot 4 times, attacked so many times, I'm tired of it.
You were shot 4 times?
Shot 4 times in my life, yeah.
So it was four separate times?
Since I moved to D.C.
Since you moved to D.C., you were shot 4 times?
Yeah.
Residents expressed frustration with wealthy liberals, progressive protesters, and Democrat politicians that continue to say that Washington, D.C. is safe.
They don't have to deal with the crime in the other areas. They have better stores, better protection, police protection. This area right here, around here by Hecker Jamal, I wouldn't want my grandchildren to walk around here. They live in this area, not far.
So what's your message to President Trump if he sees this?
I love you and keep up the good work, and thank you for all of what you're doing. God bless you.
I just want the police to...
Now, I feel like we sit up on a perch sometimes because we can see things better than others can't, that they ever will, because they don't ever want to get on a level. But if you come down to the level where they're at, everyday people, you can see where this whole thing is here. Obviously, with the crime, like, if there's definitely a crime problem, there always has been. This is not new. There always has been. Why now? Okay. Now, if you're going to go in and clean it up, fine, do it. That's fine. Fine and dandy. Go get the druggies off the street, this and that. Where are they going again is my big question. Like, I've got to ask the questions that maybe no one else is asking. I don't know. Maybe you got a friend or a family member that just disappeared. Like, I want to know where they're going. I want to know where my fellow Americans are going. Even if it's a treatment facility, I want to know the name. I want to see the people that are in there. I want to see an interview. Like, can somebody show me something? One person. I haven't seen nothing. I've seen them wiping out camps left and right. You bringing in bobcats and they're destroying all the stuff. I see nothing on where the people are going. Again, nothing. And it's disturbing to me. If people don't ask these questions, man, it's going to end up being anyone that can get wiped out and lose everything that they got, especially in this climate. It could be you next. That's why I say these things, why I do this. It's nothing to do with the druggies in the streets. The people that want to show up like, oh, you don't want Trump to get the druggies off the street. What's wrong with you? Never said that. Never, not once. You just make it up. You just assume. You're the same people that show up like, oh, you voted for Biden and this. Nope, didn't happen. Not once. You just made it up again. Because it's the world you live in of making shit up. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these people. Because you're what destroys this country. You. The mass of people thinking that way is what screwed us. What's got us. I'm sorry, but it is. It pisses me off bad. I mean, what do you expect me not to show it? be like them, not care like I care. And it sucks to watch this country fall apart knowing there's nothing that's going to save it. It's pretty much like brace for impact. Like a big crash is about to happen. Like, you need to brace. If you're just living la every day, like, and you ain't never planned or ever even thought about it or tried, like, I'm hoping and praying that, like, at some moment here, something clicks in you. Is, you know what? I hope you just get that feeling. You need to have some kind of plan for something here. Stuff pops off here. It's my thing. I know we're not going to save a majority of the people. Like, I'm out here all the time, airing it out, speaking the truth, live 3 times a week. I've been doing this nonstop for years, trying to reach as many people as I can with the alert, with the warning and this and that. But like, we're not going to reach millions. Like those people we can never reach are it. That's where we're losing here. They're winning the battle, censoring and never letting us reach those people. We stay in a bubble. These millions and millions of people don't get this knowledge, don't get this information. They run around like zombies, just being controlled. Every now and then some float in. It's crazy, man. You float into my channel, you're going to get a reality check, right? You're going to, especially if you're living in La La Land, this false paradigm, left-right paradigm. Some people, man, there's no saving, but I don't give up faith that there's some people out there that are savable. So just never give up faith. I'd be talking to your troops, friends and family, buddies, anybody that you know that's in the military about this on a straight up level, especially National Guard. I wouldn't want anyone that I know to have to go in and do this work because I don't think that it's right. It's legal. One, they're trying to use the feds or our National Guard to do the dirty work in some of these instances. I see what they're doing with it. They even got away with rolling out the Marines in Southern California. I mean, who's going to help us if we need it here? We need a last line of defense. Oh, can't call them the National Guard because the feds are using them against you. You're on your own. Like, dude, this is like the worst trick in the book here. Like, pulling the rug out from underneath you for real. Like, your last line of defense, your own friends and family, your National Guard, like, they're using against you. Like, I can't get over it. I'll never get over it. Like, so now, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee join the group of the other 3, West Virginia, Ohio, whoever the other one was there. There's 6 states now that are sending troops. They're sending National Guard troops to D.C. So all these states are like, all right, yes, sir, Trump. We're sending our guys in the battle for you there. So, again, to do the dirty work. Look. If your police in your town cannot arrest some junkies and cannot do the right thing, cannot do the job, then, like, what is going on? Like, they need replaced, if you ask me. It's such a setup. It's an easy one for the federal government. It's just like, oh, your police force is weak, they can't handle it, then we'll send in the guys to do it. Which on the surface looks good. Like, they're gonna help and do all this stuff, but again, when it's turned on you, never say we didn't warn you. Now, and keep it pushing here. Deep state agents are sabotaging U.S. elections. Like, the circus continues. I don't have cable, but for all the people that do, they're getting brainwashed with this. So, Hannity asks DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, whether there are still deep state actors inside the intel community sabotaging elections. And there are. Well, how can there be? How can you have brought in Doge? How can you have Kash Patel, even you in this position, Dan Bongino, all of you, and these guys even exist? How come they're not fired? Okay? Like, I'm so sick of hearing this deep state crap. But I'll let you hear what they're pushing on the masses.
Do we have deep state actors that are trying to influence our presidential elections? Is that what we're concluding here?
Yes, we have people within the intelligence community. Again, when you look at this example of who President Obama charged with this task, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey at the highest levels, but also those who worked as careerists within the intelligence community who did not object to their manipulation and manufacturing of intelligence and actually helped them get there. All moving towards their partisan interests, that they were not happy with the outcome of this election, and they were willing to do whatever it took in order to try to undermine President Trump's administration during his first term in office.
You suck. I don't buy your lies. You're like a brainwashed zombie. I can see it in your eyes. You're a WEF, World Economic Forum scum. They got caught, and then they had to cover it up when we did. I seen you coming from a mile away, Gabbard, when they dressed you in all white and they ran against Kamala and everything. We've seen you come in the entire time. And garbage doesn't work on me. Okay, so deep state actors, go arrest them. Oh, yeah, go arrest all the people that spent billions and trillions out of the Biden administration. You won't. You didn't. And it's a sham. This is a circus. It's garbage. I can't believe people still buy it. How many days in a row are you going to turn on TV and hear them say the same crap? And like not ask the question, like, why haven't you arrested somebody? Like, it's the same intelligence community you're the head of. Like, you really don't control nothing then. If that's the case, like, garbage. And this one says political earthquake. You can't fire none of them. She can't go after them, but she'll go over here and she'll make other headlines slashing over 40% of the office of Director of National Intelligence Staff. So, over 40% of her staff, I guess that didn't want to listen or anything else, they had no problem with getting rid of and cutting. But again, the high criminals, high treason here. See, this talks. Always just James Comey, Clapper, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but just shut up. Like, y'all suck. I hear flying choppers around my house at night. You got criminals. You pieces of. So guns or weed? The Trump administration says you can't use both. You can shove it, Trump, Gentile Messiah. What's crazy is our governor here, which is Democratic and tyrannical, Bashir, he's never done anything good. He actually did step up and say he was going to protect the gun rights of Kentucky citizens that used marijuana because they had a right to both. That came out of his own mouth. And I found that very interesting because they do. And anyone that is on medicinal marijuana, smoking it for pain or anything else, they should have a right to defend their life. In a heartbeat. No different than anyone that just popped a Percocet and walked out of the doctor's office and could do the same thing. Pisses me off. They're just trying to go for your right to bear arms. You see, here in Kentucky, they also got hip to it, and they said we're doing away with the permits. Like, it's about to go down. Like, everybody's constitutional carry. Everybody carry. Oh, really? Who prompted this? There's a difference in Kentucky versus like Virginia. You go to Virginia and try to step onto the scene up there with your firearms. You got to disarm to go onto the property grounds. Not like Kentucky. You walk right up in there. It's a huge difference. It shows freedom-wise and who's controlling you and everything else and where it sits. That's why we left the guillotine sitting on the street up there in Virginia. Well, No weed, no guns. Trump says this thing can't have both. This was this whatever. He said he was going to come out and do this. He was going to reschedule it and do that. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't care what he said. Like, get him out of here. Like, I don't need a dictator. I don't need a mafia leader like controlling me. Like, my state is independent. We'll call our own shots. And like, in my belief, the government should be minimal, super minimal, very minimal, like neutered, like all this power, tyrannical power that's got. And the major power should be in the hands of the states at all times. Look at where we're at. Look at where we're at. You know, and it's been a big thing with marijuana and weed the whole time, even in California where it's legal. I've heard the stories over the years. People have the plants growing out there legally, legitimately, statewide. They'll still get choppers that like come down on top of them and like onto the whole weed business, and they create chaos. And then they mess with the banks and threaten them. You know, when on the state level, it's 100% good. But no, the feds just got to come causing problems at all times. I swear to you, out here, they fly the choppers so much, they spend more money flying choppers than they ever do finding any weed. I'm telling you. It's a tremendous amount of money spent on fuel. They come up empty-handed all the time. So, yeah, I'm sure there's guys out there in pockets that are all over the country that are doing it, no doubt. But the amount of time and effort that they put into it is insane. Funny, I had somebody that said they knew somebody that was in family that was a part of it and said that less than half of that ever gets destroyed. The other half gets black marketed, sold. So they're corrupt. Corruption everywhere, all over the place. The highest levels. Top dudes in police force take half damn drugs, sell them back out in the streets, pocket the money. You know, when this is done at the highest levels, who's ever going to bust you? There is no one to bust you when there's no one above you. When you're all on the same team. So Elon, he scales back this America First plan. Maybe. Like, what can you believe these days? It's in free energy. Thank you for that. Appreciate it to the fullest. Well, immediately Musk denies this. He comes out and he says, nah. He tweets out and says nothing the Wall Street Journal says should ever be taken or thought of as true. So he still does have it rolled out there. It's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, he gets into some other big stage fight with Trump or Vance and all them over one thing. Then he can launch it. But I'm like, what? They're back. They're back. Can you hear them? They're right above the house. Do you hear them? You hear them? Right above the house. Right above us. Fuck you. Dude, I feel like something's about to go down. Dude, I feel like something's about to go down straight up, dude.
I couldn't see it. It flew over top of us, but I could tell it was low because I could feel the wind because everything started in the window and the.
Oh, I seen it. He went right above. He was right above us. The whole house shook. Everything.
I was gonna say the covers blew out the wind from it.
So for the past 30 minutes, he's been out here doing this, and he just did it again, right over top of. I'm talking right over top. Like, dude, this is.
Well, I know he was low because the wind from the chopper fucking.
Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Blew the fucking.
Dude, I'm like, this is just.
Because it wasn't windy like that, and all of a sudden the cover started getting windy.
This is targeted. This is targeted. Like, they're not on, like, I go on ads, I go on flight radar and all this. There's no choppers. It's the feds. And this, dude, they've been out there for 30 minutes. Like, we totally said this before. Dude, everybody heard it. Y'all heard it. Like, I can't just ignore this, dude. Like, this is pathetic. All right? This is the worst it's ever been. And it's dark. It's nighttime out here. And they're flying right over top of slow and low. Dude, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm telling you, dude, like, I feel like, what else am I supposed to think? What else am I supposed to think, dude? They're just out there. They're just out there, like, circling off in the distance. Like, dude, this is... Adrenaline rush. No, I don't live near no base. They're letting me know that they hear me, huh? I think so. I think you're listening to me right now, ain't you? You're listening to me right now. Now you are. What? What did I do? What did I say? What scared you? Huh? I ain't never gonna get that answer, am I? Just send your agent say it in the chat or something. Or... Oh, I'm calm. I mean, what more can I do? But, like, dude could have, like, just crashed into the freaking house. They're so low, and, like, I'm sick of it. Like, they couldn't come rolling back here anytime. Like, let me tell you something. Like, dude. Dude. I'm telling you now. Something happens, dude. I can't shake this feeling. I don't know if they're about to roll up on me or what, dude, but this feeling I got. Dude, I'm about to shut down the stream, dude. Oh, I guess if it's gonna be the end, I guess I'll keep it rolling. I'm just watching, waiting. I see any kind of lights whatsoever out here in this vast darkness. It's them. Oh, yeah. You're listening. Yeah. I guess I could sit here all day wondering what it is you want from me. You ain't never gonna say it, huh? Oh, man. Telling you, if I end up shot and dead by feds, dude. For absolutely nothing. I don't even think anybody would do anything. I don't even think people would riot. I don't think no one would protest. I don't think anybody even care. And some of you guys would definitely care. But all in all, they'd just kill me and it'd be done. What do you do? Yeah, I rebuke them in the name of Yeshua. I call upon the Most High all the time to protect me, protect my family, protect this land, the whole nine. And I don't call for bad things. I don't call for violence against no one. I don't call for anyone to do anything bad. I don't do anything bad. Literally, nothing. I do nothing. I walk the walk as righteous as I can here. Like, just, I don't know, man. Deep breath, right? Deep breath, right? I can hear them out there in the distance still. I don't know why I'm getting these premonitions. I'm getting all these feelings, I'm getting goosebumps. I can't shake it. I feel like a confrontation is sitting out here in front of me. I don't understand. What the is that? Uh-oh. Dude, I don't know, dude. Hey! 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 Dude. There's a light on the fucking ground. Oh, fuck, shit, dude. Dude. Hey! I think you're here on the ground, dude. Why? Why is he? Why? Why does it guy happen now? Like, what? I can't even. You choose to try to do this when I'm live on a stream. I don't get it. I just seen a light down off the side. If I see any lights pop whatsoever off this ridge, dude, it's like they're out there. I can feel it, dude. I can feel it. I don't know what they're doing, what they're up to. I can feel it. She just went out there with a bright light and did a sweep from the top up here. I just seen a little gleam. I'm in pitch black. I'm in no man's land. Nothing. There should be no light from nothing. There's nothing. When you look off my mountain, there's not a house to be seen. There's not a nothing to be seen. There's nothing. It's nothingness. Okay? So if there's any sign of life whatsoever, like, especially anywhere up here where I'm at, like, they shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. And, yeah. What I have to do a couple weeks ago, go walking down there and, there was somebody with a light, and I got down to the end of the driveway to next to where I thought I saw this light coming. It was right before dark, and there was no light. I didn't see nothing, and my soul told me to fire off a shot. I fired off a shot, and in my amazement, a person went running like 30 yards in front of me, and I let loose like off Predator. I let loose, and I didn't know I didn't know anything. I felt threatened. and it about blew my left eardrum out. Still suffering from it, but this is too much. I don't know who that was. Obviously, didn't find no body, and like no one, unless they're looking for major trouble, should be up in this way. At all. I hear it. I hear them out there. I hear them. They may be getting here close, dude. I swear, if they're making a trip out over top, I don't even know what to say. Look, you guys have been following me for years. You know I've had my encounters with choppers. They've been over the house before. They've circled and they've done some crazy stuff in the past, but they've never done this. They've never stuck around for like 45 minutes, like right over us, doing circles. It's just over my property, over me. There's nothing else here. No one else out here. This is me. And then right over top, you guys heard it loud and low. And they're still out there chopping. It just like throws everything off. Can't even like film it. They even wanted me to film it and see a possible light. I clearly saw him when he flew over. I don't know how much you're gonna see of it. Besides just the light. You guys, if you heard it over the mic like that was like the best. I could hear it through the headphones, so I don't know how you guys couldn't have heard it. Hey, get a thermal camera. I wish. I'm a broke white boy. Always have been. You know, this isn't the life of a truther isn't luxurious. It never has been. Whoever's lied to you and said that it has been, because it never has been. It's by the skin of the teeth I get by all the time. I have money for. I need a thermal scope. It's what I've been dying by. I need a damn thermal scope. I need a thermal scope for my life. I need a thermal scope with one of these damn guns so I can see what's out there in dark. But no, poor white boy just got to go without. I guess. Time to get night vision scopes. Well, like I just said, Andrew, this poor white boy can't afford that. So I go out with a spotlight, my guns, and hope for the best. Right? Which makes me a target when I light up with a light, obviously, which isn't smart, but like, what am I going to do? It's what it is. Is what it is at this point. I am going to keep on pushing here with some of this news. Where are we at with the damn time, dude? All right, come on, up the top of the hour. All right. So we have a judge refusing to release the Epstein files. Let's see if they swoop back around now. Gotta find humor somewhere in all this. So the judge refuses to release the files, says the DOJ should do it instead of legal diversion. So, I thought this was a hoax. That's all I could think of. And thank you, 1911. Much love. It's all I could think of anymore. Like, Trump ripped half of his base and said, if you want to bring up Epstein, screw the hell with you. And that's why those that latched on, we call them pedo protectors, because he was very good friends with Epstein for a long time. And I don't know, very damning information already out there. We're never going to get it. We're never going to get it at this point. I'll keep my eyes on Maxwell. I think it's very critical what happens to her, what happens with her, any testimony, anything she can say, okay, anything around her, I think is critical. But I would watch that woman's life very closely. I just don't say how she doesn't feel it, because it seems pretty obvious that if she goes away, a lot of this problem goes away. John, thank you Remember, she just struck a deal that got her moved to a minimum security prison in Texas, which is very odd moves, to a facility she technically should never be on the books. She's not allowed to be there. Anyone felonious assault or any felonious offenses and not allowed to be housed there. Someone had to waive it at the highest levels, and they did. And they did. Why? Why take her down here to take? I ask questions, man. I don't see no one else ask. I got trail cams, Hobbiton. I got trail cams. You just can't have them everywhere, and they don't catch everything. They definitely ain't pointing up to the sky for some freaking chopper. Next one. Serbian protests intensify with clashes and vandalism against the ruling party officers. Breaking off all over the place. I don't know. It just kind of hit me the wrong way. I'm gonna be honest with you. The comment there, just thinking people got money to buy whatever. You obviously don't understand. Some of you just don't understand. Maybe I don't say it enough that like I get by the skin of my teeth. I wear rags. You understand me? This ain't no glorious life. So yeah, when I say I can't even go out and get a cheap camera, it's real deal. And if there's a problem with that, then like if you got a problem with it, bounce. Can't help it, I'm poor. That way it pisses me off. So Trump extended an official invitation by Putin to Moscow. We'll see where this goes. I don't know, man. I don't know if we could talk about any of this crap at this point, man. I think I'm done. Yeah, done. Grab my gun, sit outside, call it a night, watch the sky. That's what I'm gonna do from now on. So, yeah, much love to everybody out there. I do appreciate all you guys that truly have my back. Appreciate it more than you know. I'm also under some kind of weird attack right now. The email is getting hit up by some weird thing I've never seen before, saying a final warning, PayPal link via something, final warning. It looks all scammy. It's been repeated a dozen times since I've been live. I haven't clicked on a single one to open it, but just like something is going on. All right. So, yeah. A much love to you guys. As I always say, if the Lord doesn't return in the coming days, I'll see you here next time for some Underground World News Live. Thank you so much, Deanne. Thank you so much for the support. I look forward to the email information you're going to send me as well. Just much love to everybody out there that keeps me in the prayers. Much love. God bless. And much love to the legendary Eon, man. Thank you all. Much love. God bless. Thank you, Suri. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for the PayPal. Much love. God bless.